Did you know that you can avoid costly property tax rate increases when you are moving in California, especially if you're thinking about coming here to San Diego? Well, today I'm gonna talk to you about how to avoid those tax gain increases. I'm Tristen Campanella. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I'm a top producing San Diego realtor, and I make these videos for you guys so you understand what's happening in the housing market here in San Diego, how to save yourself some money when you're moving to San Diego, and what it's like to live here in San Diego. So let's get into it. How do you avoid a tax hike increase when you're buying a home in San Diego County, or for that matter, anywhere in California? Well, there are some rules to follow, and here they are. So this particular benefit really only applies to anybody who is 55 or older. And you can do this one time only. So if you're 55 and older, you get this benefit one time to move your current tax rate to your new home. So let me give you an example. I have a lot of clients who are moving from the Bay Area to the San Diego. Let's say you bought your house in San Francisco Bay Area for $500,000, and now you want to buy a house that is $700,000 or $1 million here in San Diego. You can move your current tax rate from your $500,000 home to your $700,000 home one time. What are some of the other rules? Well, you have to be moving within California. You can't sell your house and then leave California and move your tax rate outside of California. But it's a huge advantage if you want to stay in California and you're going to retire, or you want to be able to buy a different house and keep your tax rate. Property tax rates go up each year by a little tiny bit. We actually have one of the best tax rates of all of the United States in California, and they're based on the assessed value of your home. It's often usually below the current market because as you've owned your home, the assessed value has gone up, but it only goes up a very small amount, not the market value. And the state of California created that so that people who were getting equity and benefiting from equity being in their houses weren't getting taxed a crazy amount for continuing to own their house. It's kind of a benefit for how long you want to own your house. California has a Proposition 60, which allows for the transfer of your base year of taxes. So whatever your house you're paying right now, any county, actually in California, that's new. Proposition 90, which allows you to transfer from one county to the other, if the county has authorized such a thing. So you definitely want to click the link below my descriptions. It'll give you a list of counties that are participating in this, usually the bigger counties that are in California. What other eligibility requirements are there? Well, there are a few other ones. You have to be of that certain age, like I just talked about, 55 or older. It's perfect for those of you who are downsizing or want to retire but want to stay in California. You or your spouse residing must be 55 years of age when the original property is sold. So if you're going to be 54 right now and then next year you want to sell your house, you got to be 55, okay? Once you have filed for and received this tax relief, neither you or your spouse who resides in the home can file again. So it's a married couple filed once. That's important to know. Even if your spouse passes away, this is not something you can use again. So it's a one time. However, if you become disabled after receiving this tax relief, you may transfer the base year value of your personal residence a second time. So let's say that as well. It has to be your personal residence. This cannot be for an investment property. Another rule and restriction, your original property must be eligible for the homeowner's exemption or disabled veterans exemption. If you have not gotten your homeowner's exemption of $7,000 a year, please contact me and I'll help you figure that out. Okay, it's very important that you have that. The original property must be subject to reappraisal at the fair market value at the time of sale. So what does that mean? That means that if your home when you bought it was $500,000 and now it's worth $700,000, it just needs to be able to be appraised, okay? So who qualifies for that home buyer's exemption that I just talked about? That's going to save you $7,000 a year. Any property owners who occupies the key word, your home as your principal place of residence. It's very, very important, guys. and on January 1st and each year thereafter are eligible for the tax exemption. Your replacement property must be your principal residence. So this again does not work for people who are investing, only for people who are living in the house. Your replacement property, so when you're selling your home, the new property must be of equal or lesser value than the original property. So in general, lesser value means 100% or less of the original value of the market replacement property, or newly purchased construction home. So let me try to say that again. Let's say that your home, you bought it at $500,000, but you want to buy a house here because houses have gone up and they've gone to $700,000. You need to have your current home reappraised and make sure at market value it is of equal or lesser value than the home that you are going to want to purchase. You can have up to 110% of the replacement property cost were newly purchased, constructed within the last year. Okay? So, couple of things you'll need to file, couple pieces of paperwork to get that house reassessed at current market value. And you don't want to do that until you're selling, because you don't want to be paying property taxes on a house you're living in that you don't have to be paying. So that's important to think about. Also, the replacement property must be purchased or built within 2 years of the sale of the original property. So let's say you sell this house, this imaginary $500,000 house, and you are going to buy this imaginary $700,000 house. You must do that within 2 years to get this one-time opportunity, okay? Very important. This is under Proposition 60. The caveat here is that the value of the new house generally must be lower or equal to the home being sold. So for married couples, only one spouse must be 55 or older. This regulation was designed to help longtime homeowners in California who wanted to downsize to retirement. So in our example of the $500,000 house, if you have it reassessed and let's say it's worth $1 million, you can buy that $700,000 house. If you have a house that's $500,000 and that's the market value, you cannot buy that $700,000 house. You would have to buy something equal or lesser value. You could transfer equally across, or you can purchase lesser value. So this is really great for people who want to downsize or retire and want to keep their lower property tax assessments. I work with a ton of clients whose homes are worth 10 times more than what they purchased them for. And with these sky-high real estate values that we're seeing in much of California, this tax savings is huge. For some people, it can truly be the difference between staying in your home or being forced to move out of California if you want to stay in California. So this is a once in a lifetime offer, and many of your friends may not have even heard of this or done this. So if you want to find out more, please take some time and contact me, as I'd be happy to help explain this to you and help you figure out the right forms. Please click all the links below and I will make sure to get great information to you there. Thanks guys, and remember to make it a fantastic day.